Every morning starts the same. You wake up, drag yourself out of bed, and stare blankly into the fridge, wondering what to eat. Some people reach for toast, some for coffee, some for leftover pizza, and all of them swear their breakfast gets them going. But here's the question: which kind of breakfast actually wakes up your brain faster? Let's be honest, most of us eat breakfast because we're told it's the most important meal of the day, but no one really explains why. The truth is, not all breakfasts are created equal. Some make you feel sharp and ready to conquer the world, while others make you want to crawl back into bed by 9 a.m. So, what's going on inside your head and your stomach every morning? When you wake up, your brain is running low on energy. It's like a phone that's been on standby all night, not dead, but definitely not at full battery. Your brain runs on glucose, which comes from the food you eat. That's why breakfast is so important. It's literally fuel for your brain. But here's the twist: the type of fuel you give it matters a lot. Let's start with the classic sugary breakfasts. You know the ones: cereal that looks healthy on the box but tastes like candy, or a donut with frosting that could blind a pilot. Sure, these foods give you a quick energy boost. Your blood sugar spikes, your brain goes, woohoo, let's go. But about 30 minutes later, that sugar rush crashes, and suddenly you're yawning through your morning meeting, wondering why life is so hard. That's because simple carbs cause a roller coaster effect in your blood sugar, and your brain absolutely hates roller coasters before lunch. So, if sugary breakfasts don't work, should you go all protein instead? Enter the fitness breakfast crowd: eggs, tuna, chicken breast, maybe even a protein shake the size of your head. Protein's great because it gives your brain amino acids, which are used to make neurotransmitters, those chemicals that help you think, focus, and stay awake. But if you eat only protein with no carbs, your body can feel sluggish because your brain still needs a little glucose to power those neurons. Think of it like caffeine without coffee. It doesn't quite hit right. So, what's the sweet spot? According to nutritionists, the perfect breakfast for your brain is a balance of complex carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. That means foods like oatmeal with nuts, eggs with whole grain toast, or yogurt with fruit and seeds. These combinations release energy slowly, keeping your blood sugar steady so your brain stays alert for hours, not minutes. Let's break it down a little more scientifically, but don't worry, not too scary. When you eat carbohydrates, your body turns them into glucose, the brain's main fuel. When you add protein and fat, it slows down how fast that glucose enters your bloodstream. That's why you don't crash later. Instead, you get a smooth, steady energy flow that keeps your neurons happily buzzing along. It's like switching from cheap fireworks to a steady campfire. It lasts longer and burns cleaner. Another thing most people forget is hydration. You can eat the healthiest breakfast on earth, but if you're dehydrated, your brain will still feel like a raisin. After sleeping for 6 to 8 hours, your body loses water through breathing and sweating. That's why drinking a glass of water right after you wake up can make you feel surprisingly alive. Bonus: add a few drops of lemon if you want to feel fancy and slightly superior. Now, let's talk about everyone's morning best friend: coffee. Caffeine gets a bad rap sometimes, but it's actually one of the most effective brain wake-up calls. It blocks adenosine, a chemical that makes you sleepy, and boosts dopamine, which helps you focus and feel good. The trick is not to drink it too early. Right after waking up, your body is already producing cortisol, your natural wake-up hormone. If you chug coffee immediately, you overlap caffeine with cortisol, and your energy spike fades faster. Wait about an hour after waking up, and that cup of coffee will hit like a superhero landing. But maybe you're not a coffee person. No problem. Green tea, black tea, or even dark chocolate, yes, really, can also give your brain a mild caffeine kick plus antioxidants that help protect brain cells. The key is moderation, not turning your breakfast into a caffeine overdose. Here's something fun you might not know: the brain doesn't actually like big breakfasts. When you eat too much early in the day, your body sends blood to your stomach to digest it, leaving your brain with less oxygen. That's why after a giant buffet breakfast, you feel sleepy instead of sharp. So the goal isn't to stuff yourself, it's to energize yourself. And while we're here, let's expose one of the biggest breakfast myths ever: skipping breakfast makes you tired. Not necessarily true. If you ate a heavy dinner or snack late at night, your body might still have enough energy stored. But if you skip breakfast and your brain runs low on glucose, you'll probably start feeling foggy or cranky. So listen to your body, not the cereal commercials. Another factor that affects how fast your brain wakes up: timing. Your body loves routine. If you eat breakfast around the same time every day, your internal clock adjusts and your brain starts preparing energy in advance. But if you keep switching between fasting, late breakfasts, and random coffee only mornings, your metabolism gets confused. It's like your brain's trying to sync to a Wi Fi signal that keeps dropping. Now, let's talk about the brain boosting foods you've probably heard about. Bananas, great source of potassium and glucose for fast energy. Eggs, loaded with choline, which helps memory and focus. Oats, slow release carbs that fuel your brain gradually. Berries, full of antioxidants that protect brain cells. And nuts and seeds, good fats that improve blood flow to your brain. Add them together, and you basically have the Avengers of breakfast. If you want to feel like a genius by 9 a.m., here's a simple formula: protein plus complex carbohydrates plus good fats plus water plus patience for coffee. Boom, your brain will be online before your boss even sends the first email. But let's keep it real. We all have those mornings where the only breakfast we manage is coffee and chaos. And that's okay. Your brain won't die if you skip one meal, but if you want to perform your best at work, in class, or even in conversations, start treating breakfast like your system update. Feed it right, and everything runs smoother. So, what kind of breakfast helps your brain wake up faster? The one that gives steady fuel, not a sugar roller coaster. The one that hydrates, not dehydrates. And most importantly, the one that fits your body, not someone else's diet plan. Because at the end of the day, breakfast isn't about eating early, it's about eating smart. So tomorrow morning, before you grab that donut, ask yourself, do I want to feel awake or just full? Your brain will thank you for the right answer. And if you enjoyed learning how your breakfast secretly controls your brain, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wiseuse, where everyday science meets real-life fun, and where even your toast gets analyzed with logic.